My goodness, chat. Here we are, Saturday night, hanging in the basement. How we all doing? Hope you're doing well. Got a bunch of little tidbits and a couple bigger subjects, but that's it. Hope you're not disappointed, but we might not make a 4-hour stream tonight. Hope you'll be all right with that. But then again, we could because, well, as most of you know that have been around for a minute, I'm easily distracted. So who knows? You get me going on a tangent, we could be here for damn ever. We shall see, though. Hope y'all had a good week. And hope you're ready for some good nerdy talk. So fill your cup and light your smoke. Because, chat, it is time to get nerdy. Chat! Hello, everybody. Welcome into the basement here on this. No, I have no idea what the weather's like where everyone's at. So, here on this Saturday evening. Don't know if it's lovely, don't know if it's crappy. It's a little chilly around these parts. So, it's crackalack and chat. How is everyone? How was the rest of your week since Wednesday? Hope y'all had a good week. Thank you for coming on in. I really, really appreciate it. My time to recoup is almost over. Should be going back to work next week. Feeling good. Sorry, just fussing around a little bit with stuff. See if I can get it to work the way I want it to. See if appropriate link pops up. Something I can click on. Come on. I don't know what the problem. I'm just diddling around a little bit for a minute, chat. How is everyone doing? Let me know. still not clickable. Why is that not clickable? I'm gonna have to fuck around with that some more. Anyway. Oh. Boop. What's up with everybody? We've been alright. At least we survived. I mean, that's fair. That, yeah. What the hell? Sorry, now my back end is being fucking weird. Okay, that's better. It's better. So what's going on, y'all? Anything fun? Anything cool? Anything interesting? SSDD? Same shit, different day. What's happening with everybody? Watched the Michael Jackson movie. It was really good. Nice. Noise. Subscribed for almost 4 years. What the fuck? Well, thanks, Brooke. I didn't realize it's been that long. Huh. Lee Cronin's The Mummy was decent. Cool. I watched trailers. It didn't really pique my interest too much. But, you know. We'll see if something cool. Well, maybe I'll check it out on the streaming platform. I don't even remember what studio put it out. So. I don't remember. So we got little bits of stuff here and there to talk about. A couple other. Cool. Not gonna be able to watch that together because Amazon sucks balls. But they just dropped a new trailer for Spider Noir, which I would love to check out together with you, but can't because Prime sucks and they're copy striking motherfuckers. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, no. The original Mummy films are on Paramount. Yes, they are. I already watched. Well, I haven't watched the third Brendan Fraser one, nor will I ever. But I watched the first two the other day. I love those movies, and if you love them too, or at least are a fan of them, enjoy them, whatever. Good news. We are now the release date has been pushed ahead. It was going to be May of 2028. Now it's going to be October 15th of 2027, which is awesome because that is the weekend between my birthday and Mrs. Chillin's birthday. Mine's October 15th, hers is October 18th. Nick comes out on the 15th. So, birthday present to both of us. We're going to theater. Watch that bitch. Hell yeah. One moment. Okay. God dang it. I forget how far this damn mic sticks out. I'll bash my face on it. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. So The Mummy 4, in my mind, The Mummy 3, October 15th of 2027. I am stoked. Yeah. It might be a stretch to call The Mummies nerdy. I mean, supernatural kind of stuff is nerdy. It's just, a different style of nerdy than the style of nerdy that we generally get into. But I think it still qualifies, so I'm going to celebrate it. Also, it's my fucking channel, so I'll celebrate it if I want. Yeah. All right, chat, what do you think? Should we just jump right into it since I think I'm background for most everyone here at this point? Yeah. Right there, that'll work. They're just adjusting one level of sound. Just one. All right, well, let me just say one mo again before we get into this shit. Thank you all for being here right now. I really appreciate it. Live participating in the chat, we have Brooke and Spicy Dan. Got a couple, three others of you that got me on while you're doing other stuff. Cool. Either way, I appreciate it. If you decided to check out the replay, thank you for clicking. I'm going to need everyone to hit the like button, no matter who you are, how often you've been here. And if you're new, I'm also going to need you to hit that subscribe and that bell. Like, it's really easy. Just thumbs up and then like and then subscribe. Or thumbs up and then subscribe and the bell. Actually, is it even still in that order? They keep fucking with stuff on here. I don't even know if that's the order it is anymore, but click it all. Just click it all. It would be dope. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. All right. So we have tidbits to talk about. Mostly. A couple big things, but mostly tidbits. So let's go ahead and get going. Let's do this shit. We begin here. According to an article in GamesRadar.com, multiple Spider-Man projects similar to Spider-Noir are in the works. Quote, they're following a little bit of that same formula as Spider-Noir. That same idea of taking a genre and elevating it by putting a spider variant into it. What up, Nate? How you doing, my guy? Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, if they wanna go ham with characters from the Spider Verse and start sticking them into shows and shit like this, because this looks dope. I mean, let's look. I mean, obviously we got the main Spider-Man. I mean, who doesn't want Miles? But we want Miles in live action. Like, we're ready. I mean, Sony's gonna fuck around with it, but so we got the Spider Noir happening. We want a Spider Gwen. We want some Miguel. Spider-Man 2099. I mean, I don't know if we need every single variation. Oh yeah, the video game variation. That'd be sick. And I don't know if we need all of them, but I like the idea. There are definitely a few of them. Oh, we already know that we're getting these. At least, I should say, to be more accurate, we know that there is a Spider-Punk animated project that is currently in development. courtesy of the voice actor that does it, whose name escapes me. Shocker, names always escape me. So yeah, we already know that's going. Um, I mean, whether they do live action or more animation, whatever. Just give me Silk. Yes, Silk would also be awesome. Fucking Scarlet Spider would be dope. They'd actually kind of have to go a little bit more mature for that one because Scarlet Spider is he's a bit brutal. He's a bit edgy. He lives in the land of I don't give a fuck. So yeah, but yeah, more Spider person projects, Spider-Man variant projects, whatever you want to call it, animated, live action, movies, shows, whatever. Gimme. Spider-Punk comics sucks. I hope it's an original story. Yeah, I do. I've never read any, so we'll see. Even if it's not an original story, maybe maybe they can juice it up, even if they adapt. That's the nice thing about adapting a comic run is Marvel Studios has shown us that they don't need to do one-to-one in order to be successful with an adaptation. That is for sure. Why is it so fucking... so many things about my setup. Anyway, um, yeah. So they can be like, okay, the bones of the story are cool, but the details suck. So let's fix the details, and here's your project. Enjoy. They could do something like that. Basically, like again, Marvel Studios does. They're like, okay, here's the idea of the story, but let's make it work for whatever we're doing now. Scarlet Spider should be an MCU thing. Well, I mean, that's up to Sony if they want to share. It always comes down to how dickish does Sony want to be today. Unfortunately. All Marvel Studios can do is ask. And it's up to Sony to be like, sure, or nah, we got this. Like Spider Noir is, I mean, it's Sony working with Amazon, but it's still Sony. You know, they had to let it happen. They get the final say on all that shit. They don't like the story you're telling, they'll be like, nope. Saying off, what's happening? I believe tomorrow will be the Doomsday trailer release, like rumor says, because Endgame was released tomorrow in 2019. I mean, I've seen people point that out. I have seen people point that out. There's all kinds of evidence floating around out there, which we will talk about in due course. I promise. I mean, that's what I made the thumbnail about, so I kind of have to. Although, it was long ago. It was a while back, but like, I ended up having a big old stream, like 3.5, 4 hours, and by the end of it, I had completely forgotten what my fucking thumbnail was about, and I never talked about what was on the thumbnail the entire stream. That happened once. They're totally diving into clones in the next saga. Could be. Very well could be. So, but yeah. Yes, give me more Spider, as long as they're good. They have to be good. Don't fuck them up. But yeah, more Spider-Man based projects. Gimme. I am here for the. Cool. Yep. More Spider-Man projects allegedly on the way, at least, and in varying genres. They can kill off Peter, have Scarlet Spider, then he can join the Brotherhood of Mutants as Chasm. That'd be interesting. I don't think they're ever going to. Well, I don't think they'll kill off Peter. I mean, they might temporarily kill him, but I don't think they're gonna like be like, no, Peter Parker's fucking dead, and it's all still Tom. Well, Tom's done after Spider-Man 6. I think Galactus or Arisham will be big bads in the future. Um, I imagine we'll see Galactus again at some point. At least I would hope so, and I would hope that in the main after Secret Wars, once it's back to main 616, if they do bring Galactus back, I will just say this: the fandom put up with Shalabal this time because they were in alternate universe 828. That's just what his current contract is. Yeah, and I don't think he's signing another one. He wants to follow his wife into not massive IP kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure he's said something to that effect more than once. I need to take some lessons on upping my internet detective skills so I can actually find that shit in short order. Just as an aside, something I probably should do. Anywho, yeah, I don't think he's signing another one. I mean, shit, at this rate, we probably won't even see Spider-Man 6 till the mid-2030s anyway. Kevin says we'll get Norrin Rad. Well, we fucking well better. For the main 616 one. Like I said, Shalabal was only really tolerated because, again, that was not the main Marvel universe. It was an alternate universe, so people were like, yeah, but okay. And, of course, she also ended up being a pretty hot chrome lady. That also helped. But, yeah. I do think Galactus will come back. And I do think, and also it better be this way, that Norrin Rad will be his herald. Now, as for Arisham, I hope, now that we have the mutants all up in with the Avengers and everyone else, or we will after Secret Wars, they can circle all the way back to the Eternals movie. When Arisham's like, I'll be back and there will be judgment. There's a Marvel story. I believe it's actually called Judgment Day. When the Celestials come rolling on up. And the Eternals want to take out the mutants because allegedly in that story, the X gene is somehow got passed down to humanity via the deviants. So the Eternals are looking at the mutants as deviants. So they start coming at them, and Arisham shows up, and the Avengers get involved, and it's just a big old fucking thing. So if they are bringing Arisham back, that's how I want them to bring Arisham back. That's the only way I personally want to see the Eternals brought back is for that story. That's it. Basically, the Eternals should not ever get their own project again. They need to be part of a crossover. Done. How long do I think Tom Holland will play as Spider-Man in the future? Till the end of his current contract. That's it. Which actually would be the perfect time for Sony to quit being greedy dicks. And at the end of Holland's contract, in his last movie that he's in, probably Spider-Man 6 again. That's when he passes the torch to Miles. And then we have Miles going forward as the main MCU Spider-Man for a while. So yeah, I think Holland's gone after his current contract, and I'm really hoping Marvel and Sony can get their poop in a group and transition to Miles at that point. Neat. I think the idea is Norrin Rad will have been his herald, but won't be anymore, and will have been trapped on Earth and hiding. Don't know that I love that. I mean, obviously, they've already had Galactus rolling up to Earth in one movie, so I mean, yeah, they are. That kind of does force them to treat Norrin a little bit differently. Nope. That's why the people out there are the creatives, and I'm in here just Monday morning quarterbacking their shit. Original ideas, not my forte. Trapped by Galactus. Oh. That could be interesting. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to do something a little bit different since they basically did the regular old Galactus with his surfer intro in the Fantastic Four movie in 828. What up, Travis? How you doing, brother? What was my thoughts on the Clayface trailer? I was actually going to bring that up here in a little bit. It's on my list here. It's on my list over here on my other screen. So, Clayface trailer looked kind of interesting. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I have stuff bookmarked for it. Patience, young Padawans. Clayface will be addressed at the appropriate time, which is whenever it comes up in my list here. All right, any further thoughts on Sony giving us multiple Spider-Man projects in multiple genres? I'm here for it, assuming it's well done, of course. Probably goes without saying, but I like to say shit just to make sure it's out there. That's how I roll. You'll wait to bash on Clayface? I mean, we might end up bashing on it a little bit. You never know. You never know. All right. Next little doodad we have. And I mean it. This is just a tidbit. When I say tidbit, this is very tidbitty. The live-action Legend of Zelda film is done. They're wrapped. And we get it in just over a year, May 7th, 2027. I'm kind of excited by this, chat. They got it done. Movies typically wrap filming over a year before it's due to be released. Yeah, especially with VFX, you schmo. Anyway, and I imagine they're not Marvel, but they're probably saving time for a few reshoots that they may decide they need in the edit. Yeah, so Legend of Zelda wrapped, ready to go into post, and we'll have it in just over a year, folks. Should have done this a few years back instead of anti-villain superhero movie. Yeah. Yeah, villain movies with no superhero in them. Bad idea. Which is one of my biggest knocks on Clayface, because there's no fucking Batman in there. As far as we know. That puppy comes out this fall, so if they are going to sneak a Batman in there, we'll probably hear about it. Although, honestly, I don't know if y'all noticed, but DC is way less leaky than Marvel. Y'all notice that? I feel like that's the case. I feel like DC doesn't leak anywhere near as much as Marvel. I mean, they're not leak free by any means. But yeah, so we'll see. Oh, whoops, I forgot I took that off. Yep, that's what my back end looks like, folks. Holy shit. Where the fuck did half the people go? Crap. Anyway. So. Anywho. That's that one. Like I said, very tidbitty. What's next? Oh, yes, this story. Got some tongues wagging. That's what the back end of a live stream looks like. Got my monitor here, or what I look like here, chat here. Got some analytics, tells me how many people are watching right now, what the chat rate is, how many people have clicked on, how long they've watched. Concurrent viewer graph here. so I can keep track. Yeah, yeah. That's the back end of a live stream on YouTube. Oh, Travis is writing paragraphs. All right, what you got, Travis? Before we move on to the next one. Random thought that wouldn't happen. Well, most of your random thoughts probably wouldn't happen. I'm not saying your theories and your ideas suck by any stretch. Let's be clear. I'm not saying they suck. The problem is they won't happen because Marvel isn't that cool. So just want to put that out there. It's not that your ideas are bad. It's that Marvel is probably incapable of pulling them off. That's probably what the case. All right, so random thought that wouldn't happen, but what would make sense given the comic? All right, what if Galactus is deciding which Earth to destroy? So Thor convinces him to not devour 616, but has to be his herald. That happened. Thor was a herald of Galactus for a while. That's wild. Never played Zelda, but the scoopers seem optimistic. I only ever played the OG one. I haven't played any one of them since, but like every gamer I know that's played them has said they're magnificent. So that in and of it's like when I listen to people with much more knowledge about a subject than me and they're down for it, I'll be down for it too because I trust people that know more than me most of the time. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch it in the theater next May for sure. I mean, it looks good. I can't wait for the first trailer, which just wrapped now. Doesn't premiere for a year. I imagine the first trailer will probably drop. Oh, we might get like a short teaser at SDCC this summer. That's enough time for them to cut a trailer. It's still 4 months out. So we might get a minute and a half teaser. Might even get a full trailer. We need to keep an eye on SDCC for the Zelda stuff. Basically, is what that goes. Brooke says, I like that the Clayface movie is sort of a horror film. I'll check it out when it comes out. I will probably check it out on stream. Travis continues. By Galactus devouring one world, he spares 616, ending the incursion. Oh, we're going to be done with incursions after Secret Wars, dog. Or then turning on them, both being sucked into oblivion like the Ultimate Comics. Okay. Yeah, that's where you got that from. But yeah, no, we're done with incursions after Secret Wars. Okay, you're right. That won't happen. Send off. I trust Clayface will be good with Mike Flanagan writing it. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the odds are in that favor for sure. Flanagan is pretty good. The only Zelda game I finished was Breath of the Wild, says Brooke. I've heard that's a good one. I've heard that's really good. I've heard Ocarina of Time is really good. Sanoff. I trust Nintendo will make a good Zelda movie as they're overprotective with their IP. That is very, very true. Of course, they're also getting sued right now because they're about to get a big tariff refund, and a bunch of customers are like, well, we want our chunk, so they're fucking banding together and suing Nintendo for money. I wish them luck. They're going to need a shit ton of luck because they have about this much of a chance of winning that lawsuit. I'm not saying it's impossible, but highly, highly, highly improbable. We'll do Secret Wars 2 in like 20 years. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Who the hell knows? I don't want to think about that because in 20 years, I'm going to be 70. Thor becomes the Herald of Galactus and Donny Cates run. Oh, I've never read it, but I've heard of Donny Cates run before. I'm trying to remember what people said about it, but I know I've heard of it. Is that the one where he loses his arm? What if Spicy Dan got stuck in the rain at the neighbors? Oh, how fun. Well, I hope you didn't get too wet going back home. Hope you didn't get too wet going back home. All right, I'm caught up on what y'all had to say. Next, Sub J. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. We all know that he's been working on the next Deadpool movie. This is not news, or that is not news. What he had to say the other day is Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that his next Deadpool movie will put Deadpool in a supporting role. I don't think I'm ever going to center Deadpool again. He's a supporting character. He's a guy that's great in a group. Well, chat. Deadpool not being front and center in the next Deadpool movie. Ryan saying he's a supporting character that's great in a group. I'm 100% in agreement with Mr. Reynolds on this. I'm totally down with him only treating Deadpool as a supporting character for the rest of the time that Ryan's playing him and writing stuff. I think that's a damn fine idea, chat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed all the Deadpool movies, the two Fox ones, and Deadpool and Wolverine now in the MCU. I enjoyed all of them. But I definitely think Deadpool as a supporting character in an ensemble is the way to go going forward. I agree with Mr. Reynolds' idea. I agree with his statement. I agree with his thoughts, his feelings on this. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Deadpool just being a supporting character is the way to go going forward? Do you want him to be central in another Deadpool movie? What do you guys think? How do you feel about Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds self-relegating his character to a supporting role. What do you guys think? Nate, I think Chris Evans is sticking around and will become president after Wilson Fisk. When the fuck is Fisk going to become president? First of all, that's my question. Sanoff, do you think we would get a Rune King Thor or World Breaker Hulk movie? Well, whenever they get around to doing Thor 5, I think that would be a good time to do Rune King Thor if they're going to World Breaker Hulk. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that'd be dope. I would love to see a World Breaker Hulk movie. I mean, Sentry appears in that story, and we already have him. They can call Lewis Pullman back in. I mean, I'd be down for both of those. I think the odds are better that we would get Rune King Thor than World Breaker Hulk. I don't think we would get a World Breaker Hulk movie per se. I think they would probably meld that storyline into another, like a bigger movie or what have you. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got neither. But I would say we would get Rune King Thor before World Breaker Hulk. Not necessarily in. Yeah. Yeah, I think the odds are better of a Rune King Thor over a World Breaker Hulk. Oops, scroll too far. Guessing Deadpool will be an X-Men movie or in an X-Force movie, maybe? Yeah, well, I think there's been reports that the movie he's talking about that he's working on right now is going to be like an X-Force movie. And let's face it, he really chunked it up in Deadpool 2 when it came to that aspect of it. So the only thing is he keeps saying he wants Storm in that movie, which no, Storm doesn't belong in an X-Force movie. And on top of that, he wants Cynthia Erivo to be Storm. And that's an even bigger no than Storm being in the movie in the first place. But I don't want Storm in the Deadpool movie at all. Like, period. But if we're gonna, then, not Cynthia Erivo. And that has nothing to do with her talent. She's just And it's not that she's bald or likes fucking Nosferatu nails. It's she just doesn't have the look in general. She's too small. Like you can put a wig on her and make her look like Storm in that route with a good costume, whatever. But she's just too damn skinny and too small. She's too short. She's too petite. Storm is statuesque. I mean, Storm ain't fucking swole or nothing, but you can tell she's in good shape, right? So, like for me, like a Jodie Turner Smith would be has a really good look to be Storm, and she can act pretty well as well. For reference, she was Mother Anasea in The Shitalite. Yeah, Reynolds has talked about wanting that movie of his, the same one he's mentioning here, to be an X-Force movie. Travis Mitchell, the ballsy thing to do is have Thor die, then Gore shows up and takes his place. Well, I guarantee they're gonna have to recast Gore because I guarantee Bale ain't gonna do that bullshit again. He's got Emperor Doom and says, "You're a god now," which means you're dead now. That would be kind of epic. It would, but you're right. That never fucking happened. Nate says, it's the RDJ route. He did a trilogy. Now his title movies are done. I mean, yeah. Brooks fine with Deadpool being moved to support. Deadpool should only be the main character in his own solo films. Well, that's going to be that's Deadpool 4 is what he's talking about. But he's still talking about a Deadpool title movie. He is still going to be basically an ensemble. This will become president for the Devil's Reign movie. Travis says, while I enjoyed Deadpool Wolverine, I did start to feel fatigued of him as a lead. It's like too much chocolate. I think him as a side character would be better. That's totally a fair take. Universal has no reason to give up Hulk's rights. That is true. Just like Sony has no reason to give up Spider-Man. Then, has there ever been a Dark Avengers version of the X-Men? If so, Deadpool could fit in with that team. Not yet. I don't think any studio has ever done Dark Avengers. No. Well, Marvel Studios is the first one to do Avengers, so they haven't done it yet, so no. Travis says, if anyone were to be president, I could see Baron Zemo managing to. Okay, with all the new unchecked super beings emerging with no one to answer to, I think spirit from the public would support him. Well, that's, yeah. They kind of dealt with that in the Sokovia Accords. I'm sure they're probably going to bring up the Mutant Registration Act next saga or something like it. Yeah, I think something like that's going to happen. But I don't think it's going to be Zemo. Although I like that act that Marvel did hire. Then if they could bring back Domino and Cable for Deadpool's team, maybe that would be dope. I'd be down for that. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same actors, but yeah, I would like to see Domino and Cable back. Especially Cable. Cable's fucking awesome. They have to bring Cable in some form or fashion on a regular basis. I think Storm will be in BP3 and Ryan has no say on the casting. I don't know. I don't think Feige's going to fuck with Coogler too much. I mean, he will force him to do certain things in order to, so BP3 can fit in the new saga the way it needs to, but I mean, maybe. I don't think they're going to jump right into the Storm and T'Challa thing, though. I mean, shit, we still don't even know how they're handling T'Challa. We don't know if after Secret Wars there is going to be an actual like T'Challa, son of T'Chaka from another universe that stayed. If we're going to get that at all, I don't know if it's going to be T'Challa, son of T'Challa is going to be the regular Black Panther after Shuri. I don't know. We'll have basically we're gonna have to see what happens in Secret Wars before we can even really begin to speculate about that with any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? any kind of evidence to back up whatever we come up with. Zemo is set to return? All right, well, that's cool. I like that guy. Can Halle Berry sign up for Deadpool and Wolverine, but Ryan Reynolds declined? I don't know. I don't remember hearing that. It kind of sounds familiar, but I don't remember for sure. But it does kind of sound. Oh, damn it. Here, any more thoughts? Oh, Travis is. It's a reset. Dead people come back. I bet Red Skull comes back. I mean, I'd be cool with that too. But if they bring Red Skull back, I want Secret Empire. Give me Hydra Cap. You're bringing Red Skull back. It needs to be for that fucking story, in this guy's opinion. I want Secret Empire. They bring Red Skull back. Give me Secret Empire. Give me Hydra Cap. Gimme. All right, Travis, what do you got now? Post credits for Doomsday is Cable finding the corpses of Scott and the other X-Men. Then he goes to Deadpool, warning him of what's coming. Deadpool 4 being them assembling a team for Secret. Well, Deadpool 4 isn't coming out until next saga, so kind of puts a damper on that theory, Mr. Mitchell. Sorry to tell you. Yeah, we're not getting Deadpool 4 probably for a hot minute. Won't be 2028. 29 at the absolute earliest, but I bet it probably won't even be till 2030. Pure speculation. I can guarantee it will not be 28, though. 28 is going to be X-Men and probably BP3. Oh, it's pretending Steve becomes president. They reveal he is Hydra Reborn, a puppet of Red Skull. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I need Secret Empire if they bring Red Skull back. I need it. All up in my veins. Huh. Actually, Salty Red Skull got scrapped as the main villain in Avengers, but Loki was still great. Yeah. Loki was pretty fun. Well, first of all, I like how Marvel has handled him so far. Hiddleston is the fucking man. I'm a fan of Hiddleston now, thanks to his portrayal of Loki. So, yeah. All right. Next up, chat. Wilson Bethel himself, the actor, currently playing Bullseye in Daredevil Born Again, has confirmed his return for next season of Daredevil Born Again. He gonna be back, chat. Minor spoiler. He done spoil this a bit. Obviously, Karen's not gonna fucking kill him. Nobody's gonna kill him. Be back next year. Check this shit out. This is coming from Murphy's Multiverse, Charles Murphy. He used to be in the Scoop game, but he got out of it. But he still has good sources, and he keeps his ear to the ground. I'll just put it that way. He doesn't scoop anymore, but he keeps his ear to the ground. Keeps us updated on stuff. So he's pretty cool. Anyway, Wilson Bethel confirms Bullseye's return for Daredevil Born Again Season 3. The target is officially locked. After a scene-stealing run in the currently streaming Season 2, which is true, Wilson Bethel has confirmed that Bullseye will be back for Daredevil Born Again Season 3. In a new interview, Bethel put an end to the speculation about his survival following the chaotic events of season 2. Man, he should have proofread this shit. Not only is he coming back, but he's also teasing a major shift in the assassin's employer. Ooh, interesting. While principal, Jesus Christ, he needs to proofread, and I need to learn how to fucking talk. While principal photography for season 3 officially began on March 17th, 2026, in New York, under the working title "Out the Kitchen," Bethel revealed that he hasn't stepped in front of the cameras just yet. I haven't started shooting yet, but I will soon, Bethel said. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, more decks to come. Bullseye was once a puppet for Kingpin, but the Val connection changes his trajectory entirely. By linking him to Mr. Charles and the Thunderbolts, Marvel looks to Jesus, Charles, what the fuck? Be moving Dex out of Hell's Kitchen and into the wider MCU hierarchy. He's no longer just Daredevil's nemesis. He's a national asset with a very dangerous set of skills. Oh, that was it? Okay. Yeah, he'll be back next season. And he's right. They did establish that connection with... Actually, when the fuck did they do that? Chad, help me out. What episode did they actually do that shit in? I mean, I know Val's name came up and associated with Mr. Charles, but I don't remember. How the hell did Bullseye end up with that? I don't remember. Any of you remember? But either way, I am definitely stoked to have more Bullseye next season. I love what they've done with his character. Wilson Bethel fucking acts his ass off playing him. I am very much down for more Poindexter. I am down for more Bullseye. I am down for more fucking scenes like we got in that cafe. Sure. Kevin, what's up, brother? Avengers Doomsday trailer going to be attached to the Mandalorian and Grogu in May 22nd. Maybe. Could be. That's a definite possibility. Rook really likes Bullseye's character arc. Me too. Travis, as someone who absolutely hates it in movies and shows when characters don't touch or finish food, I love Bullseye simply for finishing the milkshake. Okay. I mean, that's an interesting pet peeve, but I can't judge because I have some weird ones myself. Real talk. But yeah, definitely stoked for more Bullseye next season. Definitely curious to see if Charles is right about him becoming part of the broader MCU, working for the CIA and Val and if that's the case, chat, what if they decide to keep Lillard around as Mr. Charles and bring him into the broader MCU too? Him and Val on screen together, having combos, that kind of thing, setting stuff up, getting sneaky, playing dirty, as only government agencies can do. I'm fucking here for that. I am very much here for that. Kevin, D23 Expo prediction. The cast of Ahsoka comes on stage. First look at Starfighter. Official trailer for Vision Quest. Update on Ryan Coogler of Black Panther 3. Yeah, I would say all of those are pretty likely. Really excited for Vision Quest. I'm not quite to the point of excited, but I am definitely very, very intrigued. Lillard is a great actor. Yes, he is. Never ceases to amaze me how he can still almost sound like a surfer bro, but somehow also not simultaneously and just pull off varying roles. It's great. It's impressive. 13 Ghosts. I never got around to watching that one. I should. Ooh, ouchie. Roll real quick. I should gamble more. Not like I can't. I am the bank. I can give myself more. Hmm. Spinoff says, I believe Daredevil will forgive Bullseye by season 3, and Bullseye is an anti hero from that. Possible. I mean, if you want to look at him working for the CIA as being heroic ish, then yeah, that would fit. I think Super Mario Galaxy is going to make $1 billion. I mean, I initially thought it would. What's it at right now? Okay, it's at 755 right now. Still the highest grossing film of this year. We're almost to May. I don't know. It might not. Depends on how much long. When did it come out? How long's it been out? I forget. Okay, it came out. Oh, it came out April 1st. So, been out 3 weeks. No, it'll be out probably 1 to 3 more weeks, I would imagine. It might. It might get there. Depends on how long it's going to be out, how long they leave it in the theater. But it could get there. All right. International audience going to embrace the Michael Jackson film? Oh, 100%. 100% that's going to happen. International is going to help a few films this year. Okay, next up, a little bit of Star Wars. I know. Let's check this shit out. So, according to Mr. Favreau, says The Mandalorian season 4 was originally going to be about Grand Admiral Thrawn. It was going to set up Ahsoka season 2, and it was set to follow the larger storyline of the New Republic era. But instead of that, we're getting a fucking side quest. I feel a little robbed, chat. I feel like we lost a bit on that. Luke. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like we lost on that a little. Like I said, not a big deal, but I mean, does that not mean that they're going to have to do some kind of? I mean, obviously um, we know he's chasing down remnants of the Shadow Council or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's going to end up being the First Order in that movie. But yeah, they're going to have to do something along those lines. But I still wish we'd have gotten that season 4 instead of this movie. His dead flashback. Foggy load on the ambulance. His heart being restarted. Charles dressed as an EMT eating pizza, revealing his plan to take out Fisk, but Foggy needs to stay dead. Oh, okay. this point, it would diminish the show to bring Foggy back 100%, but it would be a fun way to tie everything together and show just how much power Charles has. I mean, yeah, that would be kind of interesting. I'm sure they can and hopefully will come up with a way to show how much power he has. Hopefully they do it in this season once, now that Daredevil and Jessica Jones blew up all the weapons. What about Luke showing up in the animated show? I was just thinking about that. I had forgotten about that story, and I didn't bother to go looking it up. But I can see if I can find. God damn it! See if I can find that. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, that's right. That was investment bulletin. There it is. Boop. All right, I found it. I found it, chat. I found it. Cool. I found it. Um, I got a pee, chat. So I'll be back shortly. Like I really, really got to pee. So I'll be back. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm taking a minute. All right. Uh, fine with no season 4 if they still tell the story. I mean, yeah, but they got to do it. Got to do it. Maybe Electra uses the hands revival techniques to bring back Foggy. I mean, that's entire. I mean that's an option for sure. Imagine Wilson Fisk just drops the TV on Mr. Charles's head. I mean, I could see that happening. And I thought Vanessa would have used the device Nick Fury used to slow down Foggy. Locked up. That would also be interesting. I wouldn't be mad about that. I would not be mad about that at all. All right. Shall we continue with Star Wars news? Before we get to the Luke, let's do this one. See what y'all think of this. In a recent interview, Gina Carano claims she has spoken to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau about possibly returning as Cara Dune. I've already had a conversation with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. We got onto a Zoom call. It was really nice. Dave is taking over CEO of Star Wars, co-president. We didn't miss a beat. Jon Favreau got onto Zoom. It was really funny. He was like, so, where did we leave off? And this was an interview she was having with Ariel Helwani, who is a big old MMA reporter. And, of course, she has a fight coming up with Ronda Rousey in a battle of the has-beens on courtesy of MVP Promotions, owned by one Jake Paul. He's a schmuck. So, Ms. Carano is making it sound like she will, in fact, be back. And her coming back, by the way, was part of her settlement with Disney. That was a thing. Her coming back was a thing. So, chat. How would you feel about Ms. Gina Carano coming back to be Cara Dune? Or in any capacity? But more than likely is Cara Dune. How y'all feel about that? How do you feel about a Carano coming back? Gina Carano coming back should be welcome news to the fandom. To a lot of it, yeah. Not all of it. Trust me. I think it's a minimum of 100, Nate. Not feeling optimistic about the Mando film? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to go see it in the theater. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to go to a matinee. I ain't spending that much on that motherfucker, but I'm going to go park my butt in a theater and watch it. Yeah, no, there's a fair chunk of the fandom that would be I'd be pretty happy to see Cara Dune again. I wouldn't mind. I mean, she won her lawsuit. Well, they settled. I guess you could call that a win if you really, really want to. You know, she got the lawsuit got settled. She's paid her penance basically. She tried to go over to fucking what's that shit called, Livewire or whatever. Made a shitty movie over there. Bet any sum of money will bring actors back. ScarJo did come back after on Disney for Thunderbolts. She did not. ScarJo has not been on screen for Marvel since the lawsuit. Excuse me one second. Fucking cats, man. Yeah. Well, like I said, her Gina coming back was part of the settlement. Like they have to bring her back. Was she a producer? Maybe she did. Oh. What's that about to do? Oh yeah. Okay. Cats are annoying me. Be right back. She was a producer before production started. Here we go. I am double E. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's not listed on IMDb. Damn, there's still a Chapek working it working there. Brian Chapek was a producer on it. And of course, Desposito. Of course, Feige. Grant blah, 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 blah. She ain't on the IMDb. Now, she was going to produce, I think it was Blonde Bombshell or some shit, but that ain't happening. Yeah. Well, there we go. Dropped out with her lawsuit. Okay, well, yeah, so I was right. Since her lawsuit, she hasn't done shit. Damn it. All right. One other little Star Warsy tidbit. Oh. Oh, no, that can't be it. All right. Anyway, so, well, I'm pretty sure this is different from the Luke Skywalker thing, more than likely. According to Daniel Rippick, Daniel Richtman, Daniel RPK, a new 2D anime style Star Wars series is reportedly in the works. Now, I do have an article about the Luke thing, so we'll see if it talks about the animation style for that. See if it's maybe the same thing, maybe not. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be anime style. But just in general, whether it's the Luke thing or not, that we are going to talk about next. How y'all feel about a 2D anime style Star Wars series? It says series. It's a special. It says series. How you guys feel about that? I mean, I'm assuming if it was going to be another season of Visions, they would have said Visions 4 or whatever. And we already know that we're getting that spin-off about the one samurai person. I need to go back and rewatch Visions, like, so bad. Anyway, so if it was going to be Visions, they would have said Visions probably. And we already know about the one spin-off, so I wonder what that would be. Whether it's related to anything done before, if it's going to be completely brand new. So, I mean, I'm here for it. Now, there's even varying styles of anime. I mean, and it said anime style. So, I mean, are we talking, I don't know, Netflix Castlevania 2D animation style or anime style? Are we talking like Vox Machina? Are we talking like Western anime or Eastern anime? Like, very curious to see. Well, first of all, I'm very curious to see if that actually is happening. Number one. But assuming it is, assuming Daniel's right, I'm very curious to see exactly which anime style we're talking about, Eastern or Western, what variation inside each it could be. Like, who's it about? Like, what era is it from? Who's it about? I'm curious. They have my curiosity. Once we get more details, they could end up with my full attention. But I'm down for it, just on principle. An Eastern style anime of Star Wars about the origins of the Old Republic and Sith could be awesome. Oh, definitely. I'd be very much here for that. How do I make it go away? No. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. I mean, obviously, we would all like way more detail about what the fuck is going to be. But yeah, totally here for it. Very curious. I'd like to see what they got going on. See what happens. Yeah. Well, shit. Oh, well. All right. Let's get to it. Luke Skywalker. Here we go. This is coming from Bespin Bulletin. Luke Skywalker will appear in new Star Wars Tales of the Jedi season, says report. Luke Skywalker could be making a triumphant appearance in a new series of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi if a credible leaker is to be believed. Lucasfilm could be bringing the legendary character to animation as part of their Star Wars Tales anthology show. So far, Lucasfilm Animation have released 3 series since 2022. Tales of the Jedi, dope. Tales of the Empire, weak. Tales of the Underworld, cool. Each covered a variety of characters and their stories from Count Dooku to Barriss Offee and Cad Bane. The last 2 seasons have been released on May 4th for Disney Plus subscribers, and given we are less than a month away from Star Wars Day, very much less than a month away now, like 10 days, fans have been wondering if there will be a new Tales series out next month. That seems very unlikely, given Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord's finale will release on May 4th, and a new Tales series has not been announced. However, we could be seeing a new Tales set of episodes in the future. According to Twitter user named @FivesWalker, Luke Skywalker will feature in the next season of Tales of the Jedi. They later clarified in another tweet that they are assuming it is Tales of the Jedi, but could also be Tales of anything. There are no other details at this time. As for Fiveswalker's track record, they do have credibility. Whilst being new to Star Wars leaking, they have publicly shared accurate information on various Star Wars projects. For example, they correctly confirmed plot details for Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. They also shared how some directors within the Mandoverse had pitched their own project. This is something The Wrap reported on months later. Plus, they were the first to report that James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie is dead, which was later reported by Jeff Snyder. They have also reported a few other things which are yet to come to fruition. More recently, they claimed a writer's room was assembled for a new live-action series. Excuse me. We'll have to wait and see if these claims end up being real. All this blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is coming from a leaker with a verified track record. Not an extensive verified track record, but a verified track record. So, chat. How do you guys feel about a Tales of the Something or Other with Luke Skywalker? Can't get enough of Luke. He's your favorite hero. He's your first hero. Fair. I mean, I want more Luke, for sure. Would I prefer it in live action? Yes. But if I'm getting more Luke, I don't care. Fucking animate his ass. You'd like to see Grandmaster Luke in some form or fashion in Star Wars canon, like the EU Luke? That is exactly where I was about to go with that, Brooke. If you're giving me more Luke, give me post Return of the Jedi Luke. Right smack dab in the Mandoverse timeline. Where he's out there gaining knowledge, becoming a super badass. Gimme. That is what I want. If you're going to give me Luke, give me Mandoverse era becoming uber badass Luke. That is what I want. So, if this leaker is correct, and again, Bespin Bulletin outlined that they do have a successful track record. So if they hold true to their track record, I'm also curious about what the new live action one's going to be. But that aside, we're talking about the man, the legend, Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, I mean, gimme. I mean, really, who wouldn't be down with it? I mean, I can understand if people would prefer a live action Luke. I mean, again, I would prefer that. But I'll tell you what, I ain't going to complain about an animated Luke. And you can still keep Mark Hamill. You can call up Mark Hamill and be like, bro, I'm talking to a microphone. And it'd be cool. And we don't have to worry about deep faking his ass or anything like that. I would totally be down. Give me an animated Luke and Tales of something. Tales of the New Jedi. No, let's call it Tales of Luke Skywalker. Tales of the Grand Master. Go back to the Tales of the Jedi title. Whatever you want to do, I will take the Luke. Hopefully, well, two things. One, what up, Griff? Hopefully it's true. Number one. And number two, if it is true, hopefully they're working on it and they get it out, sooner rather than later next year would be great. But even if they're doing it, probably wouldn't be till 2028. Honestly. But, yeah. I'm totally here for that shit. Okay. All right. So maybe Luke, chat. Maybe Luke. I like got zoned in on my screen over here for a minute. Sorry about that. I don't know why I just randomly hyper focused then. My bad. Cool. What up, Delta Dan? You guys done game with Brutal for now, or is he off stream, or you guys just done? Like, what's happening? Good to see you guys. Appreciate you. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, chat. Next little tidbit. Gen V is no more. Prime Video has canceled it. No more Gen V. That show gone. They gone. See, that helps me not get hyper focused on shit, bro. That calms my brains down. It's my ADD that gets me to randomly hyper focus. Yeah, I enjoyed Gen V, but also the numbers were not there. I mean, just because I liked it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to stay on the air, and not enough people watched it. So it gone. Which, like I said, it didn't really do the numbers. I'm not I was not surprised when I saw this news. I mean, obviously, bummer. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the cast. Um, I will say I was disappointed that they killed Godolkin off like already. But I am not surprised by this news at all. What about you guys? You guys surprised? Disappointed? Happy? Sad? Don't give a fuck? For the record, it's goldeny ambery. Can't really tell. Too much glare. But yeah, it's not green. I mean, it started green. I will admit that. Weren't there like they were? Yeah, not even close. Whoops. No, I'm doing quick mental math on something here, chat. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Sorry, Invincible's been out long enough, and it hit 8 on the original chart on Nielsen for the 3 episode premiere. Cool. Damn, Peaky Blinders is back on there. People must be going back and catching up in order to watch the newest movie or whatever, which I had started and then stopped because that's how I roll. But all right, cool. Invincible charted. Yay. And if The Boys is ending, why continue? That group, I mean, that is totally fair. Don't hurt myself. You know what, Nate? You know what? Remember when I said you're not funny? You're still not funny. Anywho, but yeah, no, that is totally a fair point. And don't forget, we also have Vought Rising coming, starring Soldier Boy and Stormfront. Yep. And then there's like one or two others that are in the pipeline, but Vought Rising is 100% next. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to call it a bummer, but it's also like, I mean, it'd been nice if it continued, but in the grand scheme, eh, eh. And again, totally not surprising at all. I'd be surprised if anyone found that surprising. Actually, no, I would not, because people just don't fucking pay attention. Anyway, yeah. So no more Gen V. They gone. All right. Next little kind of side tidbit. Actually, I think it's the last little side tidbit too. Um, Quite a few of you are gamers. How do y'all feel about the video game Battlefield? How do y'all feel about the video game Battlefield? Oh, Invincible's been out long enough for Nielsen to release numbers. and the 3 episode premiere charted at number 8 on the original chart. Played Battlefield 6 recently. Need to finish for Battlefield 1. Is it a good game though? Anyone else besides Brooke played it? You guys like Battlefield? Is it cool? Selected as a campaign? Okay. Well, turns out, chat, according to Boris Kitt at The Hollywood Reporter, and he good, exclusive, a movie adaptation of military video game Battlefield is in the works, with Christopher McQuarrie writing and directing, and Michael B. Jordan producing and possibly starring. Hollywood studios and streamers are taking meetings today, and that was yesterday. So, chat, if you liked the game, how do you feel about the game being adapted? Now, Christopher McQuarrie, if you're not familiar, has been Tom Cruise's buddy for the longest. Has been doing Mission Impossibles with Tom Cruise more than once. And we all know about Michael B. Jordan. Now, I said he's producing and possibly starring, so he may not be in the movie per se, but that'd be cool. Battlefield games, story-wise, are basically real-life like war stories. Okay, that's cool. So how do you all feel about the guy who's been working with Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible for the longest, writing and directing a Battlefield movie produced by and possibly starring Michael B. Jordan? I've never played the game. I don't know nothing about it. What I do know is, despite the menace of these last two Mission Impossible movies, most of the Mission Impossible movies are dope. McQuarrie knows what he's doing. Michael B. producing, cool. If he decides to go in front of the camera, we all know he's capable of being dope. So, on paper, chat, I think this sounds cool. I think this sounds cool. What do you guys think? Would you be down for that movie, Darboyd? That feels pretty generic. Wouldn't that be just another war movie? I mean, possibly. When was the last time we had a really good war movie, though? Like just regular ass war movie. It's been a minute. If you think about it. We haven't had like a really good regular ass war movie in a hot minute. We're kind of due. Let's see. That's not a war movie. Yeah. That's completely not even fucking informative. What the hell was that shit? Huh. Yeah, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. So yeah, we're kind of due for like a big old epic, good war movie. Dunkirk. Okay. Dunkirk was 9 years ago. 1917 was 6 years ago. Yeah, we're due for a big old epic, awesome war movie, chat. We're due. It's been over half a decade. We're due. I'm here for it. Bring on the Battlefield movie. Besides, it probably won't be. I mean, we're talking Christopher McQuarrie, Mission Impossible guy, so it probably won't be like either of those two or like Saving Private Ryan. Is going to be probably a bit of a different style of a war movie than what we're used to. But I still think the idea sounds cool on paper. How about I put it that way? Sounds cool on paper, chat. I liked war movies back in the day, and I liked the Medal of Honor. Yeah, all Medal of Honor was dope. I didn't play it past PS1, but Medal of Honor was dope. Don't really care for that stuff anymore, though. I like a good war movie. I even occasionally like a bad war movie, but I definitely like a good war. All right, chat. Played Medal of Honor on GameCube. Ah, nice. Nice. All right, chat. We cannot watch it together. So if you have watched it, how much of the Clayface trailer do you remember, and what did you think of it? How do you guys feel about the Clayface trailer? Just as a trailer, not giving a fuck about the movie it's about or any of that shit. Just as a movie trailer, a trailer for a movie. Um, I thought it was a cool trailer as a trailer for a movie, without caring about what the movie was. Snoreface. Nate. I didn't even like a lot of war movies. The Patriot. Oh, I love that movie. Saving Private Ryan. That's super good. We Were Soldiers. That's a good. That's the Mel Gibson one, right? Yeah, that one was good. No, I love war movies. Full Metal Jacket. Um, oh, Iron Eagle. Classic. Honestly, that right there, Iron Eagle, is probably good. Is the movie Christopher McQuarrie, the Battlefield movie? I feel like Christopher McQuarrie would make is going to be a lot closer to like Iron Eagle than Dunkirk or Braveheart or Saving Private Ryan or The Patriot. Definitely won't be Full Metal Jacket. Which, if any of you have not seen Full Metal Jacket, you need to watch Full Metal Jacket. It's fantastic. Early D'Onofrio. First time I saw the movie, I'm like, that dude is good. And then I saw him later, I'm like, fuck, I'm right. And now he's Wilson Fisk. Everyone says I need more Mud Monster. Yes, I 100% agree with that. And we'll come back to that. Sanoff says Clayface is exactly like I envisioned it. Body horror, like it was said to be. 100%. They definitely reveled in the body horror. I'm not mad about it. Not mad about it at all. What's happening? But yeah, I definitely agree with Darboy's assessment. I need walking mud monster. Now, I do have here an image that someone posted of him getting somewhat Clayface like. We got is just a shadow, of course. But we have the spiked ball that Clayface is famous for, so that's cool. But again, going back to what Darboyd said about needing the big mud, need more mud monster. As you can see by this shadow, this is the only real Clayface thing going on in here. This is pretty normal dude shaped. The rest of this. Ooh, yay, I won. Oh, bummer, Nate lost. That sucks. But yeah, so, oh, yeah. Right, this is what I said about it. As I know, the spike ball is undeniably dope. Because I posted this picture. Anyway, if you know how Twitter works, you know how it works. But I'm not digging that the rest of the shadow isn't big and deformed like Clayface should be. Hopefully, this represents him learning to understand his power, and he'll be full on walking pile of mud by the end. Like Darboyd said, we need the walking mud. We need pile of mud Clayface. But hopefully, we get that by the end of the movie. I mean, they're not going completely away from it. We are going to get the infamous spiked ball hand thing. Like I said, I need this to look more like, big and lumpy, not normal dude shaped. Yeah, so decent trailer. That was a nice thing to see in it. But yeah, overall, I've still seen nothing that is going to get me in the theater to this point. I've seen nothing that's going to get me into the theater to see this. Excuse me. What's my thoughts on Clayface being set before Superman 2025? Well, if there are some very, very, very early reports. Fuck. There are some very, very early reports that Gunn's plans were to have Batman older than Superman. So, all right, give me 1 second. I have a cat going crazy. Sorry. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, nothing I've seen is propelling me to the theater. But yeah, as for it being set before Superman 2025, if that old ass report is accurate, that makes sense. It definitely makes sense for it to be set before Superman. If that old report is true. Standoff, do you think Clayface will be villainous as usual, or will be another sympathetic anti-hero movie like Joker? Hmm. I mean, he's probably going to be a little sympathetic. I mean, even in Batman the Animated Series, when they introduced him, he was sympathetic. There was a little sympathetic aspect to him. So, and as long as they don't go overboard with it, he can be a little sympathetic. But I don't want him to go full, pity the poor fucker so you don't, like, I totally understand why he's doing what he's doing. Yeah, I don't want him to go that far with it. But, a very light dose of being sympathetic is totally fine. Clayface will be the equivalent of Morbius for DC. God, I hope not. Well, see, the problem, like, aside from there being no Spider-Man in Morbius, Morbius was just a bad movie. Clayface could end up being a really good movie. But, a ding on it, it will be no Batman, for sure. All right. Chat. Chat. All right. Chat, we have made it to where we only have Marvel news left. And it's not just about the Doomsday trailer. There's other little tidbits, too. And we shall get to those after I pee again and grab another beverage. Enjoy. Anyway. Where to begin? Okay. Oh, this is a fun little thing. Where'd it go? Check this shit out, chat. So, wait, hold on. Santa. That'd be dope if we saw Batman as a scary villain for Clayface from Clayface's point of view. Be interesting. I guess we did get a scary Batman from Deadshot's point of view in Suicide Squad. I mean, yeah. So check this shit out, chat. So people were talking about why and how the Doomsday trailer did not leak from CinemaCon. And we did hear reports about security guards going through crowds, snatching up phones, checking shit, forcing people to delete stuff. Well, it appears that wasn't all that was happening. A CinemaCon assistant explained why the Avengers Doomsday trailer didn't leak. Sometimes we'd see a green laser randomly pointing at movie theater seats. At first we thought, what troll brought a laser here? Until we realized what it really was. The theater's new anti-piracy technology. The technology used night vision devices to identify people who were using their phones to try to record the screen, and that's when the lasers would appear and darken their screens. Every seat was monitored. Soon we might see this technology being used in theaters everywhere. Well, I appreciate. What the fuck? Damn, nice one, man. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of that, chat? They got fucking night vision assisted, fucking laser or screen darkening lasers. You just find you in the crowd in your seat, and just boop. You ain't recording shit. I like tech, and that's actually kind of cool. Now, as someone as someone who does enjoy a good leaked trailer, that's kind of a bummer. But it's also, just from a tech side, that's fucking pretty cool. I kind of dig it. The bummer again is someone who likes to know things, but it's kind of cool. What do you guys think about that shit? The steps they are now taking to prevent leaks. Now, that was just at that theater. This is something that is at this point not widespread, as it were. But what do you guys think? I think that's actually kind of cool, while simultaneously a bit of a bummer. Anybody give a fuck? Does anybody care at all? May have been too soon. Thought maybe someone at CinemaCon could recreate an AI version of the Doomsday trailer they saw. Maybe I'll tell you what. Fuck you, Streamlab. I'd have to go find it somewhere, but one of the people I follow retweeted that someone did a version of the trailer via storyboards, and then someone else did an AI one with Legos or some shit. But so something like that's out there. Oh, damn it! I got all right. I forgot it. I have to do that shit. Bear with me for just a wee bit, chat, because I forgot about something I meant to have pulled up and then completely out of my brain, and then it just popped back into my brain, literally just fucking now. All right. Yeah, something like that's out there, Santa. All right. So other little Marvel tidbits before we get into the stuff. Number one, a little more Daredevil news. We already saw earlier that Bullseye's back for season 3. Well, guess what? He's not the only one. Margarita Levieva will return as Heather Glenn in Daredevil Born Again season 3. She will become the female Muse. Now, we kind of already knew that. It was being speculated. I think Scoopers hinted at it. I don't know if they actually confirmed it. But this is sounding pretty definitive. I mean, like I said, we saw it coming. That's not really super shocking, although I kind of thought it would happen by the end of this season, but evidently it's going to be, maybe it will be at the last minute. She'll put on her own Muse costume, and then we'll be like, holy shit, and then she'll be all up in it next season or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty much confirmed. More Heather, and she will become female Muse. Not very surprisingly, but it's pretty much definitely going to happen. How do you guys feel about that shit? So I saw someone point out that when she was choking Buck in that last episode, her tears were coming down where Muse's tears come down. Oh, shit. They hit big. Nice one. Yeah, someone pointed that out on the interweb somewhere, and I was like, oh, shit. They ain't wrong. So, I mean, they've been hitting at it. They've got her seeing Muse in hallucinations. She kept the mask. Now they're throwing in that tear hint for eagle-eyed people, which are of which I am not one of those, to pick up. But yeah, not a big shock, but cool. Sano says, "I'm glad they're finally making the side characters interesting." Yeah, that always helps. I think she'll kill Buck, or maybe Buck sides with her next season. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some kind of chemistry between the two. It's not normal, but there's something happening there. I don't know. It could go either way. See, Buck is a killer, but he's not like a well, I mean, you do have to be a psychopath to do what he does, but not like your Muses or in your real life like your Gacy's or whatever. He's not that kind of psychopathic killer. You know, he's more of like your military psychopathic killer rather than your serial psychopathic killer or psychopathic mass murderer. It is more what Muse is. Because his victims varied. He was more of a mass murderer. But different kind of psychotic. I don't know if Buck would side with her. But I don't know that she would kill Buck unless she... I don't think she'd kill Buck unless she perceived him as a threat in some manner. But I doubt that he would side with her. Again, different kinds of psycho. What did I think about Jessica Jones' appearance last episode? I thought it was dope. I very much enjoy. I love the Netflix show. I think Kristen Ritter kicks ass as Jessica Jones, literally and figuratively. And also, she's kind of hot. So yeah, no, I'm happy about it. I hope they give her own show, or at least a special. preferably a show. I think we are going to get more of her too, like on her own. We're definitely going to get more of her next season. We know that from set photos. She's going to be back next season, along with Luke and Danny. The Defenders are going to be back, bro, in next season. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, the hated Heather is going to become Lady Muse, or will be Lady Muse next season. They weren't specific on what she becomes her. I mean, it was kind of worded like she's not going to become Lady Muse till next season, but like I said, that could be one of the last things to happen this season, you know? Like towards the end of episode 8, you know, they get everything. They get all the big season finale action shit out of the way. They're like in the summing things up phase, and one of the last things we see is her standing in the mirror, and then she puts on the Lady Muse mask. Fade to black. They could do something like that. That'd be cool. Wish they introduced her as a cameo in the Marvels, as her and Carol were supposedly good friends in the comics. Yeah, I did not know that. But yeah, that wasn't going to happen, unfortunately. So yep, Lady Muse, Daredevil Born Again season 3, folks, is happening. Next little tidbit. This is cool. X-Men 97 Season 2 will have its world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in June. The series is now expected to release on Disney Plus this summer. Now, while I'm getting very, 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 very fucking annoyed with not just Disney, but all of these studios just being like, releases this year, releases this fall, or in this case, releases this summer. Like, give me a fucking month and day. I don't even want to hear about, like, that Lanterns poster where it said this August. The fuck, bro? What day of the month? Give me the day of the month. Give me the fucking day of the month. But no, we're getting seasons or months. It's infuriating. Infuriating. But if it's premiering at Tribeca in June, then yeah, I'd imagine. When is Tribeca? I didn't even say when in June. Excuse me. Okay, so the Tribeca Film Festival is from June 13th or June 3rd to June 14th. Damn, 11 days. All right. So, chat, depending on what day of those 11 that happens, I imagine it'll drop on Disney Plus shortly thereafter, if not the same day. So June 3rd to the 14th. So yeah, mid-June, chat. I think we're gonna get X-Men 97 season 2 mid-June. I'm stoked. I'm ready for that shit. It's gonna be interesting to see what it's like with Bo DeMeo being in charge anymore. Be interesting to see if it stays as good. Yeah. X-Men 97 Season 2, probably mid-June, chat. How you feel about that? 2 months away. Maybe even a little less than 2 months. How you feel about it? I'm excited. Think we'll see Luke Cage and Iron Fist by last episode of Season 2? Doubtful. Possible, but I doubt it. I think they're going to save them for Season 3. You like garden hoses? I mean, they're very, very useful. I like garden hoses. Do I like golf balls? Yes, I do. I'm not very good at hitting them with clubs, but I like them. Yeah. May have to rewatch X-Men 97 season 1 like late May just to get up firmly set in my dome, ready for season 2. Oh shit. Oh yep. Probably mid-June for X-Men 97 chat. Booyah. All right. One last thing about Daredevil Born Again. The showrunner, Dario Scardapane, did an interview with Nexus Point News. Talked season 2 reception, major deaths, and future plans. We're going to kind of fly through this. You don't have to watch the original first. You can just start X-Men 97. They go over. There's a recap if I recall correctly. I mean, I would just in general I would go back and watch the regular 90s one, but it's not required to understand 97. I'll put it that way. All right, so let's check this article out real quick. After a turbulent first season shaped by a late creative overhaul, that's the polite way to put it, Daredevil Born Again has found its footing with a far more confident and cohesive second season. Yes. According to showrunner Dario Scardapane, who stepped in midway through season 1, this season fully reflects the show it wants to be, both in tone and in character. Daredevil Season 2 successfully recaptures the tone and spirit of the original Daredevil that audiences connected with. Well, it's getting there. While reintroducing key fan favorite characters such as Karen Page, Bullseye, and Jessica Jones in meaningful, large-scale roles. I spoke with Dario Scardapane about the decisions behind the storyline, the philosophy guiding characters like Bullseye and Matt Murdock, the impact of major losses, and how these threads are already feeding into an evolving Season 3. Skip it. All right, so the interviewer's name is Demet. Demet. Hi, how are you doing? Dario. I'm all right. It's funny to be in the middle of seasons where everybody's talking about Season 2, but I'm like writing the finale for Season 3. Oh, still working on it. Okay. Yeah, it must be so. You're on set, and then everyone's talking about Bullseye and whatever happened in the last episode of Daredevil Born Again. Dario, yeah, I'm glad people are enjoying Season 2 as much as they are. It was a lot of fun to make. How have you been feeling about the reception of the season so far? Yeah, it's great. As everybody knows, I came in late after they'd shot 6 episodes of Season 1, and that season was kind of a mixed bag. Again, putting it politely. But this one really feels like the show it wants to be. I'm very glad that the people who are watching it feel as good about it as we did making it. Well, some are. I don't think everyone's feeling as good as you guys, but, you know. Vincent and Charlie and everybody involved. It's got a tone and a feeling that we're all really excited about, and we weren't able to do that completely in Season 1 because they'd already gone down a road. Just things like seeing the dinner scene on camera. I remember when Chantel Wells wrote that, and we talked about it in the room. She wrote it in the script. Wilson Bethel got all excited, and then almost a year later, it's there on TV, and people are digging it. So it's great. Yeah, that episode is a major turning point. Yeah, what led to the decision to have Vanessa killed by Bullseye? Oh, we kind of knew this was going to happen from the beginning of the story in terms of when Foggy died. That's like a check mark on the Fist side. So there has to be a check mark on Matt's side, too. There has to be balance. The fight between the two of them poisons everything around them. So in many ways, it's kind of an intentional irony that the same hand took away their love. As we will see in upcoming episodes, Bullseye doesn't approach that with any morality. He did what he did for reasons, and he can't really understand what the fuss is. So that makes it, who's responsible? Is Matt responsible for Vanessa? Is Fisk responsible for Foggy? Keeping that kind of always in conversation is part of the fun. Yeah, that's very much like what Daredevil and Fisk were talking about in that last infight scene there, which was the first time Fisk spoke. That whole episode is when Daredevil showed up. Are we seeing something like a redemption arc for Bullseye, or is he ultimately someone who can't be fixed? I don't think where he ends up at the end of the season could be in any way, shape, or form be called redemption. I don't think that happens in the comics, in our lore, in our world. When Bullseye says I'm one of the good guys, you can never take that seriously, and that only exists in his mind. I don't know if Bullseye can be redeemed for us in the normal world. Out there, there's no redeeming him. Yeah, and I think he's so much fun the way he is. He's so chaotic. Can do good things, can do bad things, but it's always fun to see him do whatever he does. Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty great Bullseye stuff that we're doing in season 3. Now, so he gives it away too. I think that the thing about this character is that in his own mind, he's completely justified in anything he does. And he enjoys it. In this world where we have a lot of brooding characters, a lot of conflicted characters, the honesty and joy of Bullseye is a good thing to witness. And about someone he has killed, many fans were hoping Foggy might somehow return. There were some speculations based on the set stuff, and also you shot some flashbacks, so people were saying he could return. Is his death something you're committed to, or is there still room for surprises? There's always room for surprises, and I don't want to get hopes up, nor do I want to give anything away. I think Charlie's already addressed it. There are versions in the books where Foggy's death was faked. There are different runs that have done different things, but in our version of Daredevil Born Again, in order to kind of kick the story off in a way that we didn't take lightly, that loss colors everything that Matt does in every episode from here on out. So to make that, oh, it was all a dream, or oh, it was fake, really lessen the impact on Matt and Karen and their little nuclear family. This is Marvel, man. You have characters playing other characters 10 years later. Anything can happen, but in our story, the loss of Foggy is very real and has a very real impact on Matt for the entirety of the story. I think you see that in episode 5, where this layer cake that we made of Matt contemplating forgiving the man who killed Foggy and remembering Foggy's kind of commitment to mercy, that stuff only really works if Foggy's gone. Yeah? Okay, so that's a long way of asking how bad. Okay. So she's asking about what's going to happen when Matt and Karen are fighting over Bullseye and like her sense of justice becoming different. A hard question to answer because Karen is kind of about the truth, regardless of how much it hurts. And Matt, I think, has a more Catholic sense of morality, and hereafter an idea that the sum of the things that we do plays out on a higher plane. Karen's a lot more practical in terms of her position in the resistance and her fighting against Fisk. He says at least he's efficient about Frank. Karen's a little more bloodthirsty than that, especially now. Are they heading to different places? Talking about Matt and Karen. At the end of the season, where they end up is both surprising and inevitable, and I think they're both prepared to sacrifice everything for each other. But I don't think they have the same worldview. I don't think they ever have. Also, Matt's refusal to kill Fisk indirectly leads to a lot of suffering. How does he reconcile that morality, and will we see that internal conflict evolve for season 3? The easy answer is yes. I mean, at some point, I think it's in the upcoming episode, so minor spoiler, there's a musing by Matt. Can you imagine what would happen had we never met and how many people would still be walking around? And in the very first season of the Netflix show, it was really to be or not to be. Should I kill Fisk or not kill Fisk? And he does it now. Had he done that, it would have put a stain on his soul, but all these problems would have been erased by not accepting that. By not crossing that boundary, he's led to more suffering, more pain, but in a way, he's done the right thing. I think that's the fun of the character Daredevil. He's a lawyer who goes out and breaks bones at night. He's doing the right thing, but so many of the results of doing the right thing turn out wrong for the people he loves. He's trying to forge the path of the righteous man, but it's not exactly working out. I believe that Matt has a very, very strong moral compass, and he works really, really hard to follow that. The world sometimes doesn't fall in line with his ideas. Yes, this season of Daredevil also steps away from the legal chess and courtroom Matt dynamic. That was hard because you have Matt as a fugitive, so it was very hard to put him into the courtroom, but one of the elements of the show that we all love, I think fans and writers alike, is Matt being a hero in the courtroom. so it's been less than in the Netflix show or in last season. But I think that the courtroom scenes that do happen have quite an impact. I mean, I love the procedural part, but, I'm not mad that we didn't get any this season either. We see that Jessica is now pulled into the orbit of Fisk. What made her the right character to bring at this stage, especially given how much more settled she seems at the start? I think that for Jessica, the idea that they're hunting vigilantes means that sooner or later they're going to come for her and the people she loves. When that touches up against her family, that's it, and all bets are off. I mean, yeah. It's as much fun for you guys to see Kristen back as for us. Having her come into our world was just so great, and it adds a flavor and it builds out part of the street level world. I don't think there's anybody else who can truly do it. She doesn't have a mask, she doesn't hide herself, so she's more vulnerable as a vigilante than somebody like M.I.A. is. They can literally just come to her house and round her up, and she knows that if Fisk wins, that's exactly what's going to happen. We also have some hints of a larger street level world forming. Can you talk about the idea of connecting characters like Jessica and Luke to figures like Mr. Charles? Well, in the story that we're presently talking about, Danielle's father, it's pretty obvious who that is. Oh, Danielle's her daughter's name. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty obvious who her father is. And that connection has echoes through the corner of the world that we're playing in. I worked on those Netflix shows. All of our stages were next to each other. All of the shows, writers' rooms were in the same building. There was a lot of cross-pollination between the staffs and the cast, and we all felt part of one big world. No wonder it mostly worked super well. So without giving too much away, a lot has already been speculated on. Having Jessica's extended family and having Luke's world expand as we move forward has been part of the plan since day one. Oh, well, that's dope. Are there any plans or any interest in bringing back characters like Elektra or Colleen in the future? The best way I could put this without giving too much away is that what we do when we're in the writer's room is we go and look at some of the iconic comic book runs. We look at a lot of the things that seem to make sense in the story that we're moving forward. And then when the time comes to bring a character in or to add a storyline, we have our wish list. Everybody you have mentioned so far is on that wish list. There's the stuff I would love to do. There's the stuff that they're doing in the larger MCU. And sometimes those align. And sometimes they don't. The world that we're doing with this show is very Frank Miller-esque, for lack of a better word. Chip Zdarsky and Brian Michael Bendis, those artists and writers, they have a very kind of particular tone and a particular sweet spot. And a lot of the characters that you mentioned work in that sweet spot. I mean, I'd like to work in both Electra's and Colleen's sweet spots. You know what I'm saying? So that was my roundabout way of saying I would love to, but I'm not going to answer specifically. Loser. I don't know if you can talk about this, but there were set pictures from season 3 with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Those guys, they just came by to say hi, right? Yeah, I can't talk about any of that. Season 3, I think people enjoy very much, and you'll see some familiar faces. Yeah, okay, bro, they're in it. Anyway, what kind of villain are we going towards in season 3? Can you give any hints? No names, just hints. Okay. There are people who are like, oh God, Matt and Fisk, but I actually feel that Matt and Fisk are getting closer and closer together as time goes by in terms of, if you look at where they both end up at the end of season 2, which we have to see yet, kind of easy to start thinking about. Their battles are more revealing of who they are, and I think that they're heading towards that set of revelations getting sorely tested, not exactly by each other. Well, that tells me absolutely nothing. There was a fan question. They want to know if you actually filmed the scene where Matt and Karen spray paint Daredevil's new suit. Oh, well, yeah, we did. It's funny. So there's a version of this, a cut at one point. You don't really see the spray paint. It's not really a wide shot. It's very close up, and you see flashes of red being covered in black, and it's pretty surreal and everything. The reason it was decided not to do that whole thing is that the interlocking Ds would have been given away then, and it was much more interesting to see them for the first time on him in motion. Yeah, everyone was going crazy over double Ds. They really loved that scene. It's about time. We were kind of nodding towards the Shadowland suit, and then what our costume designer Emily Gunshow came up with was just fantastic. He starts out in the full black suit, and then as the battles of the season happen, the paint's chipping away. So the red's starting to peek out of the black, and I just love that. I love what it looks like by the time we've almost stripped all of Daredevil away from him. So they're treating Daredevil's suit like the opening credit of Invincible. Basically. Obviously, Sam Wilson is her father. Oh, 100%. Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think the homie's smirking like that all the time? Because he's clapping them Jessica Jones cheeks. So that was pretty dope. Cool stuff in there. I kind of would rather it didn't go all the way back to red because, who doesn't love double D's? I mean, nothing super earth shattering in there, but all in all, a good interview. Keep liking how he references shit that we haven't seen yet because there's still, what, 2 or 3 more episodes left? Yeah. But still, that was pretty cool. What do you guys think of that interview? Anything that you took from it that you're like, ooh? I think they bring back Scott Glenn's dick. Oh, didn't he die in the OG one though? I can't remember. It's been so fucking long, but I feel like he died, but I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't. But I thought he died. I thought the hand got him or somebody got him. But I'm probably misremembering. Yeah, he died in Defenders. Okay. Well, yo, what's up, WinX? Thanks for popping in. I have to ask you a question. Waiting on the trailer? Yes, we are. So hyped. I know, me too. Let me ask you something though. Did you hit like? And I don't recall you being here before. So did you also hit subscribe and the bell? Because if you didn't, pretty please do. Let me see if the cloud bot recognized you yet. If so, I'll give you some basement bucks to play with. Nope, you're gonna have to chat a little more. Oh, where the hell that one come from? We got a couple new ones in here though. Give them some basement books. There you are. Now you have some basement books. You know, Paulie's going to have some basement books. All right. Everyone has their basement bucks now. Yay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Think maybe Madame Gao would make a return? Possibly down the road. That could happen, yeah. I mean, they're reintroducing the Hand in Brand New Day. So they're going to be officially in the MCU at the end of July. So I'd say once Spider-Man Brand New Day has been released, then yeah, they can bring in the hand and hand related shit anytime they want after that. Hopefully in a way that makes sense. But yeah. After Brand New Day, the hand is on the table for movies and TV. That'll be cool. You out, Spicy Dan? Have a good night, brother. Appreciate you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, better. Maybe it's Madame Gao returning and not Rosario Dawson. I don't think so. Also hope not. No, I'm not out. We still haven't even gotten to the fucking trailer talk yet. Oh shit, which we need to do here pretty soon. God damn it. Every time I think the stream's going to go quickly, I'm wrong. But that's fine too. All right, chat. Excuse me. Right. One more little tidbit, and then it's Doomsday time. So Mark Ruffalo, because he's so spare with his words, you know, he's known to be able to keep things close to the vest. He's never spoiled anything in any interview ever. Note the sarcasm because he's done all that shit. So he was in another interview, and he teased that Spider-Man will fight Venom. Now, this is an assumption because this is the actual quote. I promise you 1,000% that he'll be fighting an alien in the future. Now, of course, and understandably so, a Spider-Man fan's first thought when we're talking about Spider-Man fighting an alien would obviously be Venom. Right? I mean, that only makes sense. That'd be my first thought. Wait, Spider-Man's fighting an alien? Venom. Symbiote. That would be my first thought. But technically, we want to be pedantic about it, and just so I can make a little bit of a conversation about it, I'm fucking gonna be pedantic about it. He didn't say Venom. He said an alien. He didn't even say symbiote. He just said alien. And in the MCU, Spider-Man has fought aliens. He fought them in Infinity War and Endgame. He fought Thanos' aliens and Thanos himself. Think the alien could be Jean Grey at the Phoenix Force? No. That I doubt. Again, it's probably Venom. That's going to be everyone's first thought, as it was that person's. But his wording is just vague enough to leave it open for any other alien species that exists in Marvel. I mean, in the MCU, we have obviously Thanos and his crew. Got the Chitauri. We have the Kree. We have the inhabitants of Xandar. Or what's left of it after Thanos fucked it up getting the Power Stone. Yeah. So there's alien species he could be fighting that is not a symbiote. And hell, in the Mutant Saga, they could bring in the Shi'ar. The Shi'ar can be problematic. So, but yeah, is it probably Venom? Probably. More than likely. Odds are definitely in the favor. But all I'm saying is since neither the word Venom or even symbiote was used, it's still open to other possibilities. All I'm saying. It's not a guarantee that it's Venom. But it's probably Someone do so. Oh. Well. What do you guys think? Probably fucking Venom? I think it's probably fucking Venom. But it'll be interesting to see if it actually is, because there are options, like I said. Maybe it's leftover Skrulls. Oh, yeah, Skrulls. I knew there was another fucking alien race I was thinking of. Yeah, the Skrulls, too. I knew I was forgetting one. Yeah, we have Kree, Skrulls, Zendarians, although they're a mixed bag of humans and other people. They could be bringing the shit. They hopefully, like, if they want to do Phoenix right, let me just go off on this real quick, Chad. If they want to do Phoenix right for the first fucking time, it's going to require the Shi'ar. And the M'Kraan crystal. And they need to do Phoenix correctly this time. None of this, oh, we're burying Jean's powers in her mind and then she freaks out and that's how she becomes Phoenix. No, motherfucker. The Phoenix is a space entity consisting of the life energy of everything that ever was, is, or will be in the fucking multiverse. That's what they need to do, have the Phoenix be. Not half-ass it by having an accident happen that just happens to unlock what's in Jean's mind. That's not it. And they did that shit twice. No. It needs to be the fucking entity that is the sum of all life energy, ever was, currently is, and ever will be in the entire fucking multiverse. Cosmic, that's the word. Thank you. Cosmic entity. That's what if they're going to do Phoenix, that's what they fucking need to do. I think maybe it's Null, or is he a god? Null isn't a god, but he is a cosmic entity. Like he continues to exist, like through the creation and destruction of multiverses. Like he's there. Yeah, he was formed of the primordial darkness. And then he got mad when Celestials made the multiverse because it got all bright. Why the Phoenix will be in the next 2 movies. What, so they can do it wrong again? Damn it. Okay. Ooh, damn, Dark Boy got a nice one. Because of the embodiment of existence. Yeah. I mean, the Phoenix was in Secret Wars via a Phoenix egg. And then Scott took it in and still got fucking dog walked by God King Doom. So I feel like they're probably going to skip that, honestly. Totally feel like they're going to skip that shit. That's something they really need to say for the next saga. All right. All right, chat. I got to pee one more time, and then it's trailer time. Trailer talk. See if we can't figure this shit out. In the meantime. All right. Put the lotion away, motherfuckers. Okay, so all right. You know, Sydney's backup plan was a porn star. Damn, I wish Hollywood had rejected her. Anyway, oh well, we already wield Thor's hammer. Well, we already know he's going to be punking Thor and Stormbreaker. We got that from the trailer descriptions. Speaking of which, yeah. So That's your guess, not confirmed. Oh, well, if you're right, then again, fuck you, Hollywood, for accepting her. Anyway. Although, from what I understand, a couple scenes she's done in a couple projects are pretty fucking close anyway. Okay, so, as we know, chat, last week was CinemaCon. And as we know, last Thursday, I think it was last Thursday, not just this past Thursday, but Thursday last week, they showed the Doomsday trailer at CinemaCon. And we went over earlier how it didn't leak. They were employing, between security guards and technology, that shit didn't get out. So, of course, we're all like, all right, Marvel, you motherfuckers, thanks for not releasing it publicly. When are we getting this fucking trailer? So, of course, there's been mass speculation, rumors, claims, yada, yada, yada. So let's start with this one from a guy I follow who's really cool. He's not a scooper per se, but he aggregates pretty decently, and he comes up with decent theories, and he's just cool. We speak, so it's cool. Housemaid, if you haven't watched that one yet, but now I need to. Alone. Anyway. All right, so check this one out. So this guy, this is a theory. This is speculation, but check this out. This kind of makes sense. Really? That announcement was that old? Okay. Well, shit. Oh, yeah, that was that old. Okay, dummy. All right, so first thing we got to say, back on Monday, this was announced, and this has to do with where we're going. Marvel Studios, according to the Wrap, is going back to Hall H at SDCC this summer. Yes. Good. They shouldn't have skipped last year, those bitches. They could have gone Fantastic Four heavy because it came out that week, just like the year before. Deadpool and Wolverine came out the week of SDCC, and they fucking went ham on that before dropping RDJ on us, of course. So obviously they wouldn't have had RDJ, like RDJ level surprise last year, but they could have promoted the fuck out of Fantastic Four, and it might have done better. And Josh might have actually won that bet. Anyway, but yeah, so Marvel back at SDCC Hall H this summer. Booyah. Now, back to this other thing. All right. So, he says, hold up. Wait. This might be when we get the Doomsday trailer. The answer lies no further than with today's announcement that Marvel Studios will officially be back at Hall H. Patterns are very important here. You Nerd Avengers know Josh is also talking about pattern recognition constantly. Avengers Infinity War released its first trailer 149 days before release. The first trailer for Avengers Endgame came out 140 days before release. Want to know how many days out we are going to be from Doomsday at the time of SDCC? Yep, 149 days. Could the trailer hypothetically be sooner than this? Yeah, there's always a possibility, but what better way to make your triumphant return to SDCC than with a trailer for your biggest movie of the year? Well, if you want to be super technical and say Spider-Man's a Sony movie, then this is the only movie. So that's some pretty solid initial speculation. Annoying as fuck and stupid as fuck in my opinion if they wait that long. Like we got those little teasers in December. Oh shit. I just realized something else that fits with that. Almost. No, it fits. Okay, chat. So I'm going to piggyback off this because this literally just now occurred to me. Okay. So I am firmly convinced in my own mind that it'd be stupid as shit to wait that long. However, speaking of patterns, we got those 4 teasers starting in December with the release of Avatar. But Avatar, when did they release? That was like mid-December, mid to late December, right? Hi, buddy. December 19th. So that was, yeah, the week before Christmas. So that means, and we got 4 of those little teasers, which means we got the last one in mid-January. Now we just got the actual trailer. Well, we didn't get it, but they showed, motherfuckers, the actual trailer in mid-April. 3 months later. Guess what is in 3 months from right now? SDCC. Now, I personally, again, think waiting that long would be dumb, especially with like some people having seen it and there being lots of descriptions out there about it. Hi, buddy. I really wish I could put my elbow there. I'm going to have to rest my arm on you, okay? Is that cool? You're blocking my ability to use my mouse, cat. Excuse me. So, damn, that literally just now occurred to me. So yeah, that's kind of more evidence. I got to respond. What is happening? Cool. So yeah, that little bit of math I just came up with is okay. I don't want to wait that long, chat. And I'm sure none of you do either, but that makes the again patterns. That makes the SDCC public release. I don't know about more likely, but more feasible. Maybe a little more likely. But also to that, I say I don't want to wait that long. But a few days ago, Thursday, someone else I follow retweeted this or saw it. I'm not sure I saw it. Anyway, so this is someone that's working at CCXP Mexico, which was just over the last few days. Um, and according to this person, a Disney worker just told me that the Avengers trailer is indeed coming out on Sunday. And if you live in the Eastern time zone, that means today. Now, this is some rando from Mexico. I don't know if they have any. I don't know. They appear to be just some kind of rando, but their claim got attention of a few people, and then he ended up going. Yeah, he ended up with 73K views. So yeah, this got around. This definitely got around. So that's as of Thursday. And Friday, another speculative thing started getting around based on shit Marvel was doing. Evidently, Marvel Entertainment and various other Marvel accounts have been dropping little teasers about members of people that were highlighted that have been talked about either in those character teasers from end of last year, early this year, and the trailer that was shown at CinemaCon. People that we know are going to be in the movie. So this person here, the other one. Okay, so like I said, Marvel's been dropping these little bits and pieces about people that we know are going to be in the movie, right? But they haven't covered all of them yet. So check this out. The Avengers, they showed a thing from the OG Avengers movie. They showed a little teaser for Shang-Chi. When he says Wakandans, what they showed was a little quick snippet of a scene um, with what's her fuzz. Was it Okoye? From the Black Panther movie when they're headed for that casino thing. Or from it, I'm not sure, but they cover the Wakandans. They dropped a little snippet of Congressman Bucky from Thunderbolts. And then on one of their IG accounts, they dropped this hint for Ant-Man, who we know is going to be in the movie. So what this person is speculating is that we're going to get little doodads leading up to the Doomsday trailer, because we still need to see the Fantastic Four. Although they still do the dinner at 7 every Sunday, so I guess you could probably count that. A little something for the X-Men, a little something for Loki, and then they're postulating that all that's going to lead up to the Doomsday trailer. And so far, the list is being filled, which is interesting. Now, I don't think this allows at this point, because none of these have happened, for the trailer being tomorrow. That's starting to look highly unlikely, but we'll see. Yeah, so they have this going on. So there's this line of thought. And then also on Thursday, like all that shit was from Thursday, and this was also from Thursday. The first trailer for Doomsday is reportedly going to be released soon via guess who? Daniel fucking RPK. Wording it. Oh, buddy, you're so. Yeah, I know it's not going to work. I got to move my hand too much. My cat just tried cuddling up next to my hand, but it's the hand I have to use for the mouse, so he couldn't stay cuddled. Thank you. Anyway, so RPK also pops off like it's going to be released soon, but who the fuck knows what soon means? He's just covering his ass. By him saying soon, that means if that other rando was right and it gets released today/tomorrow, depending on your time zone, he could be like, "Yep, see," he can do his little emoji, smiling emoji with the sunglasses or the green check mark or both if he wants to be like, "Yep, see you soon." Or if it's within the next week or so and it happens, he could still be like, "Oh, yep, soon, check mark," stupid ass emoji. So we have soon, We have that list of clips that potentially will lead up to a trailer release. Obviously, we got the one person claiming tomorrow. I thought this here was a pretty astute observation that was retweeted by somebody. Tell me what you guys think if you agree with this. Trailer or not, we are making the marketing for Doomsday, and they know it. I'm inclined to agree with that person. I am actually fairly inclined to agree with that person. What we're doing right now is actually a reason for Marvel to not feel like they need to release the trailer. Because everyone's fucking talking about when are they going to release the trailer. They could be 4, 5, 6D chessing us on this shit. Like the edging could be the plan. Right? Oh, and then I have one. Where did I see? Oh, yeah, someone else that I follow retweeted this puppy. So we have a firm denial of tomorrow, chat. There will be no trailer. Insiders report that tomorrow there's a trailer for Avengers Doomsday, and it's not true. All caps. No preview is scheduled to drop online. Daniel RPK soon is something obvious. Haha. I'm being told 20 days minimum. The same source that nailed everything. Okay, so that was Saturday. That was. So what's 20 days minimum? Chat. From now. 3 weeks, basically. Oh, nope. That's a week ahead of what I thought it would be. Okay. Well, 20 days minimum. So the minimum would make that May 15th. Now, if it ends up being 27 days, that would put it being dropped with the Mando and Grogu movie. So here's what we're looking at, chat, for our three main possibilities. One, this dude could be wrong and the other dude could be right. We could be getting it today/tomorrow, depending on your time zone. Two, this person's right, and it'll be 20 days minimum, which probably means 27 because 20th day is May 15th, and Mando and Grogu drops 22nd. So tomorrow, highly unlikely, but still technically a possibility. Mando and Grogu, SDCC, because we've provided pattern evidence for that now. Or just some random fucking day because Marvel's just may want to fuck with us. What do you guys think is most likely? Let me ask you that. I think Hiddleston gonna be gone, Sanoff. Unfortunately. Maybe. I love my cat. Leave me alone, bitches. I'll tell you what, though. SDCC will be the latest because Brand New Day comes out the week after that. So I feel like SDCC is going to be the latest. Or is it the same week? Maybe the same week again. Okay, July 23rd through 26th. July 31st. Okay, so yep, I was right. Spider-Man comes out the week after SDCC. So I think SDCC will be at the latest. I doubt. I really don't think it's going to be tomorrow. Oh no, no, SDCC will be the latest, and that's the week before Brand New Day. Yeah, no, it won't be any later than SDCC, which is the week before Brand New Day drops. So I'm sure it is going to be pretty Spider-Man heavy at either Sony's or Marvel's panel. So I'm going with definitely not tomorrow. I'm hoping not as far out as SDCC, which means yeah. Which means I think Mando and Grogu, if that one person's right, they're saying 20 days minimum. Well, 20 days minimum could mean either Mando and Grogu or all the way out to SDCC or anywhere in between. Technically, it'd be anywhere in between May 15th and SDCC. There's no way it'll be any later than SDCC. That would be insane. Now, 3 months before Doomsday is mid-September. There's no way in fuck they're waiting that long. There's no way in hell they are waiting that long. They'd be, well, I mean, they can do anything they want, but they'd be crazy to, fuck you, Streamlabs. They'd be crazy to wait that long, in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Let's just eliminate tomorrow. What do you guys think? Mando, Grogu, SDCC, sometime in between. I think out of those, shit, honestly, I'm trying to answer what I think and not what I hope. I hope Mando and Grogu because I do not want them. I do not want to wait till SDCC. But I almost feel like Marvel's going to feel like that's the move. So yeah, I think we might end up waiting till summer, but I hope it's fucking next month, Mando and Grogu. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm afraid we're looking at summer, chat. What do you guys think? And by the way, that's it. I was thinking about doing the AliExpress thing, but no, I'm tired. Maybe I'll make a video about it for you guys, but you're gonna say on the day of Mando and Grogu? That is very possible. I'm not. That is under no circumstances I'm going to say hell no. No, this is very possible, and I hope you're right because I don't want to fucking wait till July. God damn it! Like, fuck, man. Give me my truck. Give me my trailer, Marvel. Give me my. Give me. Give me. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Y'all know Queen? Should have released the trailer yesterday. Shit, they should have released it fucking Friday morning after they showed it to CinemaCon is what they should have done. We should have had that shit on the 17th. But we didn't. We still don't have it. Could be a month. Could be 4 or 3. So yeah, 3 months from today will be the last day of SDC. Will be Marvel Hall H. 3 months from today. And Josh will be streaming it. And I'll probably do what I did in 24. I'll be streaming, watching Josh's stream just so it'll be easier for us to actually converse with each other instead of trying to talk to each other in Josh's crazy ass super full chat on those streams. Those streams are bangers for him. You rolled 84. God damn it. That's right. I'll give myself fucking basement box anytime I want. Yeah. All right, chat. It is your time now. I have exhausted my subjects, or at least I've exhausted myself and therefore chosen to exhaust my subjects. What do y'all got? Questions, thoughts, concerns? Share them now, or it is about time for me to be done. But as always, I'm going to give you guys your time. Maybe. Want to say hi? He said, hell no, you're not going to pick me up and stick me in front of that fucking camera again, bro. I hear the confirmation that Downey spoke to Oscar Isaac on Moon Knight Return. I have heard nothing of that. Where did you get that? Have you joined the Discord? Like, when you see this stuff, like, drop a link in the Discord so I can see it. Join the Discord and start dropping links. That'd be awesome. Because, no, I've seen nothing on that. And I would love to know where you saw it. So I can check it out for my own self. Ugh. This is your time, chat. Haven't joined the Discord yet. Well, I think they spoke to him for a Midnight Suns. Now I know Oscar Isaac talked about that. I didn't. Oh, Disney. Yeah, Isaac. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, Isaac was saying in an interview that he has had conversations with Disney about it, but like that's it. They've just had talks and calls. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about now. I misread it, so that's my bad. I misread what you typed, so I confused myself. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I saw that. And it'd be cool. I mean, they need to do a Midnight Suns movie because they're obviously not doing a Blade solo movie anytime soon. So, next best option to get Blade in the MCU is through the Midnight Suns. And I definitely want Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight on that team for sure. All right. Think Sentry will get bodied by Doom or just manipulate Sentry for Doom's gain? I feel like he's gonna get bodied, assuming that what do you call that shit? Um, concept art that was leaked like 2 years ago now. I think definitely, yeah, no, 2 years ago now. We're close to it. Long time ago. Um, one of them showed what looked like Sentry chained up in the bottom of Doom's castle, like Doom was using him for a power battery, kind of taking the place of the Molecule Man from the comics, if that is the case. But yeah, I feel like in order for Sentry to end up in chains, more than likely Doom bodies him rather than Doom tricks him into the chains. Although either one is possible. Either one is very possible, but I feel like it might be bodied. Although that might be just, I'd prefer to see him bodied. That might just be my preference. Is the Void still with Sentry, or did Sentry lock him away? Oh, he's there. Yay. He's there. What's probably going to happen, or what could happen, is either Doom or Scarlet Witch. Because even though Lizzie's probably not in the movie, the Scarlet Witch will be referred to as one of Doom's little masked sycophants or whatever you want to call them. So one of those two will probably unleash the Void. Total guess, total speculation. But that's how I see it. It'll be cool to see Doom weaponize the Void. Oh, yeah. All right, a couple more minutes, chat, then I'm done. Couple more minutes, then I'm done. Rumors say that Doom will marry Scarlet Witch. That is an old one. No, it hasn't really been debunked per se, but also it has not been spoken of in a very, very long time. But it does exist as a rumor, yes. Yeah, there's an old ass rumor that actually that was part of a rumor that included that, and also was saying that Agatha and Vision Quest were going to lead into a pseudo Children's Crusade, and part of Children's Crusade is that Doom and Scarlet Witch get married. So. But recent reports are saying that Children's Crusade is totally not going to be in this movie at all, so that probably won't be either. But it is looking like a stunt double in a golden mask will be representing the Scarlet Witch in Doomsday. Yes, they did release a new trailer of Spider Noir today. Amazon is a bunch of dicks, so I can't go over it with you guys on stream because they suck and they'll copyright it. But yeah, I have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I got to watch it on my own because Amazon sucks with copy strikes. They're a bunch of dicks. Well, be doing more than checking it out, bro. We're doing watch parties for that shit. Mr. Chen, we're doing watch parties for that fucking show, bro. Comes out May 27th. Not sure what day of the month that is. I mean, day of the week that is. Oh, it's a Wednesday. All right. We'll be back to Watch Party Wednesdays. Be back to Watch Party Wednesdays for Spider Noir. Yeah, I think it looks pretty dope too. Gotta watch that next trailer, but it looks pretty dope. All right, chat. No, I don't want that damn song either. Oh, you're back. There we go. All right, chickadee chat. It's that time. I know. Don't be too sad. My favorite episode of Born Again Season 2 so far. Um, Probably this most recent one. Yeah, I'd have to say. They've been getting better. So, all right. Anywho, thank you all for being here and hanging for so very, very, very long. Those of you that have been here for most, if not all of it, I really appreciate that because it's fucking Saturday. There's so many other things you could do while you're here, and that's amazing. You guys are amazing. Again, please hit all the buttons that apply to you if you didn't already. That'd be the like button for everybody. And if you're new, that would also be the subscribe and the bell. Oh, excuse me, sir. Sorry, my cat is deciding to recline upon the desk next to my mouse arm again. You're so precious. So yeah, hit all the buttons. Thank you for being here. If you're still watching, if you're watching Maul and Daredevil, so are we. Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. If you're watching The Boys, so are we. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. And then we'll be here next Saturday to talk about next week's news at 10 o'clock. All in the Eastern time zone. So hit all the buttons. Join the Discord. I got this to start working. I don't know if the link is actually clickable. It's supposed to be, but if it's not, I'm gonna have to try and figure that shit out. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Y'all are amazing. Have a good rest of your weekend. And come on back Tuesday. Watch some shows. Much love. Bye. Oh, chat. Another good stream, yo. And their streams are only good because you guys are here to make them that way. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Some of you for quite some time. Really appreciate it. If you're on the replay, really appreciate you checking out the stream and clicking on the video and hanging out as well. Again, everyone hit all the buttons. Join the Discord. Come back for the watch parties next Tuesday and Wednesday. Come back for the news of the week next Saturday. Just come back. Come back to me. Come back to me, please. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging. Y'all are dope. You're amazing. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good beginning to your week. And we'll see you Tuesday night when we will watch the next 2 episodes of Maul and the next episode of Daredevil. Until then, chat, remember, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Much love, y'all. Peace.